how the Force works?
I don't care!
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Yo, hello everyone and welcome. Oh, should I say good day everyone? And welcome to Casual Rage 186, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. And it seems that Star Wars just keeps on giving us more and more news, more and more things to talk about. I honestly thought that after the Acolyte ended, that we wouldn't, it would go stagnant until Skeleton Crew. I know there's been a bit of talk about Star Wars Outlaws, the game, but, you know, you can kind of keep the game separate when it comes to talking about what's going on with Star Wars. I mean, to me, the games now just become completely irrelevant. I'm not even interested in Star Wars Outlaws, but it's funny that we keep getting more and more Star Wars news. Amandla Stenberg this week. Now, I've seen little clips from it. We're gonna EFAP the entire video. I was thinking about doing a video last night and then talking a little bit about and just getting the clips and talking a little bit about that situation. And then I thought, no, what I'm going to do is I'll clip it out of this. We'll get the full context from the video and then I'll just release that as a separate video. So yeah, we've got Amandla Stenberg. Of course, the shills and the seals. My God. These new Star Wars fans, they talk about us bullying like Ahmed Best and Jake Lloyd and stuff like that, or people like that. And look at what they're doing. Look at their behavior. Look at their hypocrisy. It's mind-blowing to see. It really is. We're actually going to talk a little bit about Ahmed Best today too. What else have we got? We've got just a little bit of, I guess, general Star Wars news. And we're going to watch the Sonic trailer. I haven't actually watched the entire thing. I saw that it came out, and I'm like, oh, we'll react to that on Casual Rage, I think. I didn't watch the second Sonic movie. I only watched the first one. It's not that I'm not interested necessarily, and it's not that I didn't like the first one. It's just... it wasn't at the top of the list kind of thing. And then we got Seal of the Week, of course. But yeah, it's Star Wars is interesting now to me. Really, it would be great to put together a video of what has happened, almost like documentary form. I don't think I'm the right person to do it. I would like to be the right person to do it because I think the video would be really good if you did it really, really well. But like, just go back to the moment when George sold it and sort of just document everything that's happened, all the announcements of all the movies or shows that have come out, the directors that have come in, the people that have been fired, the reasons why people have been fired. You know, Gina Carano's situation. What's her name? The one, Patty Jenkins doing the Rogue Squadron stuff. Like, it would just, that, I mean, just talking about some of those simple examples is like, it's a bit like, wow, to be honest. You think, wasn't it Benioff and Weiss, D&D? Like the Rian Johnson trilogy. You'd even put in there like, oh man, you could make it a massively long video. It's something that I'd almost expect Mauler to do. You know, show examples of why, like, the lore keepers over there at Lucasfilm, Dave Filoni, Pablo Hidalgo, and then show give an example of something in the law that they've broken and just like throw the question out, like, so this is okay to you? This is passable as Star Wars. So many things. Man, you could even make a series of videos out of it, I guess. I need to actually think about doing something again. My scripted videos seem to do really, really well. Like my video essays, probably more so. They don't do really well. They just do well. You know, I think it's a lot more structured because I'm not sitting there going, you know, or stuff like that. I say those words a lot. I notice it in my videos when I'm going in and editing. I'm like, stuff like that. You said it again. Stuff like that. I hate hearing myself. I hate hearing myself talk. I don't know how you guys feel about hearing yourselves talk, like hearing yourselves back. But I cringe at the thought of listening to myself. All right, let's see who we've got here. We've got Tillium in the chat. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Shalom to you. We've got the real Darth Ghostface. I'm now starting to get confused. Are you the real Darth Ghostface? And happy 66th birthday to the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. I've seen like conspiracy theories about how is this Dave guy now, like he's not actually dead. I don't know. Mike Hill for his 33-month member chat. 33 months. That's a long time. He says, Hail. Rhino was considering playing Outlaws, but after seeing gameplay, never mind, I'm good. No, that's the thing, Mike, is I wasn't even considering it. From the moment, like, I saw that they were coming out with another Star Wars game, I said, I'm pretty sure I could go back to a stream where, like, we were talking about the announcement of the game. And I said, I'm not interested. Butcher of Blaviken. Thank you. Who else we got? We got Tyranazilla in the chat. How you doing? Let's see. RIP Stargate again on Raging Rhino's channel. A Death Star sent by Kathleen, Dave Fraudloni, Kennedy killed it off again. Honestly, it's a bit like that. And I was thinking about Stargate again. My mate was over. We watched another episode. It was actually a really good one. I'm thinking about doing like a watch party for the movie. I know I keep talking about it, and it will eventually happen. I know it will. I do need to find time, but it will happen. But do I do it as like a watch party as a live stream? Do I do it as a watch party, like just record myself as a video and then just release that? It'd be what, like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, whatever it is. and then just release that, and people, it'd be the same as a live stream, but just I'd premiere it. Or then just release it as just a normal video. Or do I do that just for members only, and then the SG1 stuff can just be open to everyone? I don't know. So many options there. But no, I do need to do Stargate, and I will eventually get to it, Tillian. I'm sorry. We got Lara in the chat. How you doing? Amandla Stenberg is stupid. I know. We're going to talk about her. Kaya, I think. How you doing? Good to see you. Melissa Lord's in the chat. How you doing, Melissa? Let's see. Papa Palpatine's Pizza Padawan. Good morning, good morning, Raging Rhino. May your day be filled with joy. At least you didn't say strength with enjoy or whatever it is. I'm pulling a Nerdrotic. Oh, because I was running a little bit late. John 42, how you doing, John? Anthony's in the chat. I see you. Have you heard the PS5 Pro link been leaked out? No, man, when it comes to gaming and consoles and all of that sort of thing, like I'm not massively in that sphere of everything. All I know in regards to PlayStation right now is that they gave early access to people playing Outlaws, and then they took away that entire early access, any progression that they made. That's really where I'm at with news on that stuff. Brett's in the chat. Gay boys, finally. Finally. How you doing, Brett? OG Star Wars. What's up, OG? It's been a minute since we've actually talked. But how you doing? Quinton's in the chat. How you doing? Let's see. Justin, Star Wars Marvel purist. If you're not subscribed, he knows his stuff. He's got a really good channel. Goes through comics, goes through books, does breakdowns, gets guests on. He's had OG on. I've been on. We talked about Plagueis. Go and check that out. Any mods in the chat, if you could chuck Star Wars Marvel purist link in the chat, that'd be greatly appreciated. We got Keely Chow. Oh, you know how I know that this is the real Darth Ghostface? Like it actually is the real Darth Ghostface? Is because he's modded. I'm no longer confused. Fear of FEMA. Good to see you. Finally, some fucking good content. If you're talking about me, thank you. Keely Chow. Scourge. And I think we're pretty much all caught up. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, smash the subscribe button. I see you, Soul Assassin. I see you, Mr. Grant Gregory. Never be another Michael Jackson. I agree. I went and saw Michael Jackson live when I was 8, 9, 10, somewhere there. It was the Jam concert. It was at the MCG, massive arena, 100,000 capacity at the MCG for our footy. And I was that far back that he was as big as my thumb. But it was awesome. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. Went to an AC/DC concert when I was 14. That was pretty good. That was pretty good as well. I went to a Ja Rule concert because my girlfriend wanted to go. Ja Rule and Ashanti. Been to 2 Eminem concerts, although Eminem he's pissed me off recently. It's become like the major elite. Sith Assassin trailer, I see you. Nuisance Bird. I realize that now I'm still saying hello to the chat because there's people that are always here that I never, I should be saying hello to. Like Blabs and Germ. Imagine spending $130 to lose all progress. I agree. And the other thing too with that is didn't you have to buy the biggest bundle or whatever to get that extra mission, the one with Jabba the Hutt? I started a stream and I got fuck all drink left. Idiot. Fucking idiot. Hello and good night. Good night, Blabs. Love you. We got Blake in the chat. How you doing, Blake? Why am I not covering more Genshin Impact news? Well, dude. Lucky fucker. Who else have we got? I did say Sith Assassin trailer, didn't I? Rampager Ren. Hello. Anyway, we are pretty much now caught up. I appreciate you all being here. Sandro. And we get a member chat from SWA, 4-month member. Thank you for that membership. I haven't seen Deadman and Wolverpool yet. I just don't have the urge to watch it. Would you recommend it? The thing, it's a hard one for me on this movie because it is fun, and I did have a smile on my face most of the time. It was one of those movies where you're like, the runtime doesn't feel necessarily like that bad. It doesn't feel like you've been sitting there the whole time. I will say that this movie really does nothing in the grand scheme of any story or anything. It is purely a fan service movie. I'm not going to recommend it, but I'm also not going to say don't go and see it. Because right now I'm still like, I went up. I was saying it was around a 6 out of 10. I then went to a 7 out of 10. I've kind of come back to a 6. So it's sort of that mediocre kind of movie. There's some great scenes in it. There's some great moments in it. But I think Mauler said it best, that as soon as you bring the TVA into it, it nearly pretty much completely discounts it from being a good movie. Mr. Green Gregory became a member. Thank you, Mr. G. All right. Charles has come over to say hello. Say hello? No? All right, let's do this. Because we've got a fair bit to get through, especially, man, like I was saying at the beginning, I can't believe Star Wars is, like, the news for Star Wars is continuing as much as it is. I mean, I got to throw some credit to the Disney SEALs. The fact that they've been able to maintain this, especially some of the narrative things that they're pulling, maintain this for this long, for a very tiny result, I would say. Yeah. Shit. They're all shit. Oh, my thing finally went to dark mode. God. Video. Oh, no, that's not what we want to do. I want to share. So we obviously talked about this last week. The petition. And what was it last week? I think it was around 15,000. And I'm like, I wonder how many signatures they can get, and we'll check it next week. Well, within a week, they're now just under 60,000 signatures. Just under 60,000. Now, yeah, that's not too bad. Now, and I said this in my video, that there's obviously fans of the show, right? I don't know how they can be fans of the show. Like, they've got no brain cells to actually comprehend or think about what they're actually praising and wanting more of. In fact, I think actually they do, because they think that all this is now is the shipping stuff, because that's what they want. They want the pronoun stuff. They want the identity politics stuff, and everything else doesn't matter. And that's where this fight is coming from. We showed a tweet last week where the person said that they weren't a Star Wars fan. I saw another one in someone's video because I've been watching a heap of videos, but I saw another one in someone's video. I think it might have been Drunk 3PO's video, where they said that they heard, or maybe it was Mauler, that they heard that that it was good. Like they haven't even watched it. It's about them fighting for, because this is, when it comes to Star Wars, yes, we've seen a lot of what a lot of people will consider the message, a lot of wokeness in Star Wars for a long time. But this show, all it is built on is the woke elements. And that's important to these people. You know, it was promoted from the word go based off, you know, Leslie Headland's queer identity. You know, it's going to reflect her queer identity. It's going to be the gayest Star Wars we've ever seen. It revolves around the Sith, but, you know, it's morally gray. Sometimes how did she say it? She goes, the Jedi are the bad guys to the Sith. What? So basically the easier way to say that is that the Jedi are the Sith's enemy? Like, is that probably a better way of probably elaborating on that thought? But yet in saying that, the Jedi are not really the good ones and the Sith aren't really the bad ones. But that's not to say that the Jedi aren't the good ones or the Sith aren't the bad ones. But they might not be the good ones and the bad ones. Let's just make it a big bowl of confusion for everyone. Now, there's nothing confusing about it because when you watch the actions of the characters in the Acolyte, you see who's good and who's bad. The funny thing is that the people that made it thought that they were doing something extremely artistic and extremely different. No shit. I watched your new video, dude. Very the one on Star Wars Explained. I don't know if that's your newest one. But I'm with you, Melvin. Save the Acolyte. Let's do it. Renew the Acolyte. I am on board. I am on board for Disney, Star Wars, Disney Lucasfilm to lose another $180 million for this very small niche minority of Disney Star Wars fans. And I wouldn't even call them Disney Star Wars fans. I would call these people shipping fans. I would call these people activist fans. They're not even Disney Star Wars fans. How many of these people have actually read any book from the High Republic? This is what we talk about when we say you're not showing up. You're not showing up. It was the same argument when it came to and I think I made this point last time. I might have made it on Flash. They start all rolling into one. Sorry, guys. But the basketball, the women's basketball. You get all these people complaining about the pay gap and all of this kind of thing. Where are you? Can you name a player? Or the women's soccer or whatever it is, right? You want this so badly and you're pushing so badly for this. Do you watch it? Do you support it? Could that have anything to do with it? The reason why it's failing or the reason why a show like this gets cancelled? Is it because of the bigotry and the vitriol and all of the buzzwords? Or is it because it cost a lot of fucking money? It was an absolute ratings disaster. And Lucasfilm's a business. Now, I'm not saying that Lucasfilm is making good decisions. It's a good business decision to cancel the Acolyte. Absolutely. But it was a horrible business decision to release it in the first place. It was a horrible business decision to make it. It was a horrible business decision to spend $180 million. It was a horrible business decision to give in to Leslie Headland's begging on the red carpet for a job, Queen Kathleen Kennedy. So give it to us. I don't care anymore. You've destroyed Star Wars so much. And to say I don't care, I know you care, Ryan. Of course I care. But I don't care about what they do anymore with Disney Star Wars. It has gone so far, and people are saying, like, Skeleton Crew, oh, it's not really going to affect anything. It's its own isolated story, and they can't really do much to destroy any legacy characters. You want to bet? People were saying the same thing about Rogue One, right? And what does anyone always talk about when it comes to Rogue One? Did you see the Vader scene? Oh, the Vader hallway scene. Vader hallway scene. You don't think you think that they're just going to do this show that revolves around the time period of The Mandalorian? Maybe they won't bring in a legacy character. Maybe they'll just bring in one of their own characters like Mando. But what damage will they then do to him? So keep getting these signatures. I don't know what 59,605 signatures right now is going to do for you. You can keep harping on the fact that Lucasfilm is giving in to the toxic fan base. Fuck off with that shit. You think about the size of the Star Wars fan base. Think about the size of the Star Wars fan base for a second. Like, chat, actually, I want your answers. What do you reckon the number is? Is it only in the hundreds of thousands? Is it in the millions? Like, think about, I want you to think about how big you think the Star Wars fan base was before it got sold to Disney. What did Disney inherit when they purchased Lucasfilm from George? How big do you reckon the fan base was? I know it's a hard prediction. I know, like, it's near impossible. We're going 100 million. It can include, I guess, normies. You reckon 300 million easy, Brad? I don't know about that. Millions for sure. Okay. I reckon it'd have to be in the millions. Several hundred millions. Okay. Maybe I got my numbers like wrong. I would have only thought in the tens of millions, but maybe. Anyway, we all agreed that it would be in the millions. 47 million. That's very precise. We all agree, though, that it would be in the millions. Pet the cat, bro. I did. I've been petting the cat. That's why fur's flying around everywhere. And you're moving my mic. So my point is that out of the entirety of the fan base, 59,000, let's just say 60,000 people have signed it. It actually kind of adds up when you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. Would you agree? I mean, the thing is not everybody that disliked the Acolyte gave a negative review. I didn't. I don't ever do reviews on these websites. And I'm sure that there's a lot more people out there that don't either. They don't bother. It was just bad, and we can see that it's bad because look at the numbers. Oh, not only that, we can see that it's bad because we're watching it. This is the other thing too, is it already had low ratings. Imagine if the quote unquote hate watchers didn't watch it. Imagine if everybody listened to the if you don't like what we're doing, don't watch it narrative. Because there were people out there that didn't for that reason. There you go. 120,000 people gave a rating on IMDb. And what is the IMDb rating right now, Nitrium? Do you know? But I also wanted to show this. So, Darth Thunder, I put this. There you go. It's a 4.1 out of 10. Even that is higher than the percentages of what's going on with this petition. If we're talking hundreds of millions of Star Wars fans and they literally only have, 60,000 signatures, that's lower than 4.1 out of 10, if that makes sense. So yeah, Darth Thunder posts this after it crossed 50,000 signatures. But look at this. This is for the Game of Thrones season 8, remake. They got 1.8 million. For this to do anything, for this petition to do anything for them, and let me just ask, did this succeed? Did they remake season 8 of Game of Thrones with 1.8 million signatures? That many people at least. And I'm telling you, there's people, again, that wouldn't sign it that still think that, season 8 needs to be remade. They're going to have to get millions of signatures for this to even register a blink in Disney Lucasfilm's eyes. And the reason is because of this. Details on why the Acolyte was cancelled. It cost $630,000 per minute of screen time. That's insane for what we saw. Where'd the money go? Maybe all of this stuff about this massive push for the remake is to distract us from what they actually spent. And asking more questions like that. More relative questions to what's important. They keep wanting to push this narrative again, like where all the incels and, hatred and bigotry and blah, 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 blah. It's getting old. It's getting real fucking old. Especially without seeing any fucking receipts. So $630,000 per minute. Viewership was low and went down after the first 2 episodes. People are asking, why is Andor getting a second season? Well, I will say Andor is bad. It's not as destructive as the Acolyte. It's not as bad as the Acolyte. But it seems that after maybe a bit of a lull, it sort of maybe trended a little bit higher because there were people recommending, that it's probably one of the most decent things that Disney Star Wars has done. Which I disagree with. In fact, I probably do agree with it. It is one of the better things that they've done. It doesn't mean it's good. And no plan to remove the series from Disney Plus, which I don't know what that has to do with canceling. That basically, it's all based on the Willow stuff. I don't think that they're going to do that to this. I don't, and I don't think that online store thing was as big a deal as it sort of got made out to be, and that connection to the Willow thing. I'm not saying it wasn't interesting. It was definitely quite funny that something like that happens to Acolyte merch on the Disney store. But you got to know, it was 4 items that were on there. It was 3 t-shirts and a hoodie. That's it. No figures, no nothing were actually being sold on the Disney store website. But make of that what you will as well. You know, I did see what Anna said about how it's basically just like the money's just gone to Leslie Headland because she's got dirt on them and this is a way for them to pay her out. That's going real conspiracy theory. That's real tinfoil hattish. And I'm not going to say that Anna is necessarily incorrect, because where did the money go? I'm not saying that, but man, that's a deep dive that I don't know. I don't know. I don't 100% agree that that's like it's just gone directly into her pocket because of what Leslie Headland knows. I do think that she paid herself quite well, and I do feel like she paid her wife quite well. But I think the point still stands, where'd the fucking money go? Where did the money go? Sparrow knows the truth. Oh, man. When's the second part of the Sparrow Files happening? I love the sizzle reel. We got the sizzle reel. It came out. And what wasn't Sparrow also saying something along the lines that they're not investing the money into it, or that all they got was $40 million or something like that? How more wrong could you get? How more wrong could you get? And how can these people still support these channels when they've blatantly been lied to and given false hope? I don't know. It's funny to me. Fucking look, someone's writing gullible in the sky. I see it. I do. It's there. Look. Can't you see it? No, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's right there. Look. So yeah, that's the real reason it got cancelled. Not because of the bigotry, not because of the racism. Like I said, it is just getting tiring. It is getting so tiring. I would hate right now to be an actual Disney Star Wars fan. And they are hating it. Right now, they are hating life. The Disney Star Wars fans. Let's watch this, and then we'll get into Amandla Stenberg's full video. I need to get another drink because I'm an idiot because I started the stream and I need to share audio anyway. Put my headphones on. So we'll play a little clip. Here. We'll just do Mozza farting. Why not? I know how much he loves that clip. I'll be right back.
Oh, Mozza, read that.
So
Mozza, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozza.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozza. That's the type of videos that we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I gotta pee! Oh my god!
I'm here. I am here. All right. Mozza shat himself. Man, it was so funny. I hope we do get to do this MozzaCon 2024. December. That's the plan, Stan. All right. Oh, and Mr. Grant Gregory gifted a membership. Thank you, Mr. G, for the gift. Appreciate it. All right, let's get some headphones on. There's cat fur. Fucking everywhere. When I'm in America, my niece is coming to house sit. She's gonna hate it. When she leaves, like after I get back, she's gonna find cat hair all over her clothes. And it's not to say that it doesn't get vacuumed up, like it does. It just, man, crazy. All right, let's continue. How you guys going, chat? How are you guys doing? It was because of the numbers. Numbers are part of math, and math, as was previous established. Yes, that's correct. By California is racist. Man, it's crazy to think. Like, think about the response to The Last Jedi. Think about the response to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't really remember the response. I'm talking about from Lucasfilm, by the way. I don't really remember the response to Boba Fett. Why do I not remember that? And did they respond to the, I guess, season 3 of The Mandalorian? Because again, when it comes to The Mandalorian, like season 1 and 2, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like it was still a bit of this 50-50. You know, there wasn't like, I guess, a smaller minority of the fan base that liked it or disliked it. You know what I'm saying? But then after season 3, and I don't understand that. I just don't understand that. And maybe it does really come down to the fact that they have culminated a new fan base. And that new fan base, I don't know, incorporated in with some of the original fans that still had hope or still thought that it was good, boosted those numbers on that side. But now, like the people that were Star Wars fans that were on that, I guess, that side of the fence, are now starting to sort of shift a little bit. And that's not like, man, it's so funny. I was watching Critical Drinkers what's it called? Front Bar? No, not Front Bar. That's, hang on. Anyway, look, I can't remember. Star Wars Theory was on there, right? And they were talking about, they were just generally talking about Star Wars and the conversation for Open Bar. Thank you. They kept just rolling it forward. And Theory just out of nowhere sort of says, "Oh, Dave, did you see Dave Filoni is writing The Mandalorian and Grogu?" And everybody else on the panel is like, "Oh," and "No," and all this kind of thing. And it's funny because the way Star Wars Theory said it sounded sounded hopeful. It sounded hopeful. And I wish I had a time stamped it. I'd show you. But then Mauler asks him, like, what do you think of Dave Filoni now? And he sort of says something along the lines of he doesn't really feel the same way about him anymore. But initially, it he made it sound like he thought it was a good thing. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I was on Critical Drinker After Dark. This one. Oh, I think we can close. Hold on, chat. Let me share my screen so that you guys just aren't sitting here looking. Sorry, I really want to show you this because
have those numbers.
But there is tax issues, and if you funny.
Well said though that Low's resurgence and
principally done harming this.
what I was saying about the door didn't do particularly was it was all stupid. No, that
Twin flames.
no.
They're talking about
Thing you're
music.
creating, and then they were like,
Yeah, you don't have it to make it work. This in my video, like represent Ray, and so yeah,
You think
that's
it'll
going to be
worse
the
than this?
Marvels times 10.
I'm
You're not
ready for
attacking.
how bad.
Yeah,
Hang on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're using that card. Yeah, okay. Racists will be like, yeah. The punishment is
It will.
Marvels
bad. It's bad,
bad streaming, guys. I'm sorry.
and it's like, how did that happen? It's just going to be the most like sigh from the fucking audience, isn't it? It's like, oh, here we fucking go. And then, of course, if it's a bad movie on top of that, yeah, that's going to hit in a bad way.
I mean, you've got essentially a documentary filmmaker who's in charge of this one. I don't know how that's meant to work. Like, that is not an artist in the same sense as a
watch a little bit of this.
proper filmmaker is.
This wasn't necessarily
an activist as well. Like that, you got to remember.
Yeah, and
political activism.
You've got like one of the least popular characters in Star Wars history coming back. Like nobody was calling out for another Rey movie, but here we are. We've got one, and it's just it's like again, it's just a perfect storm. It's much like.
Are you sure? I swear they said in media releases people really wanted her story to continue. Sure, they're not calling out for it.
Maybe they are. Yeah, maybe
They're
I'm
lying.
just too bigoted to understand.
Yeah, maybe.
The power of Rey, but. Man, yeah, it feels like Snow White in a way, where everything that could put away to try and
to do as well. Like what? I know what we're going to do. Movie. Sorry,
Said a team of
quietly
pre-production.
Fuck, worth 12 million.
PD
After that, yeah,
would, but we
get back putting against
and that down.
So
what?
Yeah,
dog?
it's not
Border Terrier. It's just
way, but Romulus
this weekend. We get spoiled.
Box office for it because
they've gone into Alien Romulus. I don't think I went far back enough. Sorry, guys. I know that was really fucking probably shit watching. But yeah, like I said, Star Wars Theory, great stream runner. I know. Sorry, guys. Star Wars Theory basically just said like Dave Filoni, he's helping writing Mandalorian and Grogu, and they all just went no, like. And then they asked him, like, what are your thoughts on Dave Filoni now? And he's like losing faith in him. But like again, like I said, the Skeleton Crew trailer comes out, and he's like, that looks all right. You know, they talked about it in this, like. They're not gonna do anything in that can destroy any legacy characters or anything along those lines. And you're giving them too much credit, dude. Like you really are. United Spaces Alliance, Tim, how you doing? For $3.75. Thank you, Tim. Says, did you see Star Wars Theories fans attempt to dogpile me? No, I didn't. I did not. I don't know. Sometimes I think the Disney Star Wars fans and Star Wars theory fans are one and the same. I wonder why that could be. It's got something to do with offense, I think. Anyway, let's continue with what we were actually had, the scheduled programming. Sorry, there was a massive derailment there, and it really resulted in nothing because I still didn't get to show you the clip. All right, so this dude's got the right idea to an extent. I played this on one of my videos this week. So if you watch that, you already know this clip. But we're going to give it a watch now. Here we go.
And it's just not enough people watched it. Like it's a bummer, but it's as simple as that, I think.
Yeah.
And
It's very true. Not enough people watched it. And to him, it's a bummer. Because obviously these two soy boys liked the show. But it's as simple as that. But then
I think the thing that really is rough about it, and that I know a lot of the fandom is very upset, and I will say rightfully about.
I want to just point out that he does say that the fandom is upset and rightfully about. So he thinks that we're upset and we're right to be upset. For what reasons, though? For what reasons? So based on what we heard there, we are right to be upset that they destroyed law and canon when it comes to Ki-Adi-Mundi and his species. We're right to be upset that they just jangled the keys of Plagueis in our face and Yoda in our face. We're right that they didn't write. Let's just say that. It's shit writing. We are right that the characters don't really make sense. Motivations don't make sense. Reasonings, blaming Master Soul for everything at the end of it. The cover-up of the cover-up. So we're rightfully upset about those things, right? They're the things, the law breaking, the writing, the everything. Other than
is that this is the first Star Wars series with a hugely diverse cast.
So our criticisms were that it's a hugely diverse cast, and that's the problem that we're having with it. And you think that we're right, rightfully so, you said. We're upset about it being a very diverse cast, and we're right to be upset about that, is what you said. I don't think this guy actually understands the statement that he's making here. Ryan Gosling for his 5-month member chat saying, catching the replay at work tomorrow. Appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you, Ryan Gosling. Thank you for your 5-month member chat, and we'll see you on the replay. Can you see the hypocrisy? Not even the hypocrisy. Can you see the mental gymnastics and the problem with what he's actually saying here? He's trying to say that our problems with it, that it was a massively diverse cast. And we're angry about that, and probably rightfully so. This guy knows what our criticisms are, and that's why he said their criticisms are valid and probably rightfully so, because he knows that we're complaining about Ki-Adi-Mundi. He knows that we're complaining about the jangling keys. He knows that we're complaining about the writing being terrible. But that can't be the narrative that's being pushed by these people that want that want to get the second season. And that think that we're the small minority of bigots.
You have a woman showrunner.
Okay, so we've got a woman showrunner. So our criticisms and the reason why we're upset is because this had a female showrunner, and we're rightfully upset about that. Your words. So we're upset about it being a diverse cast, and we're upset about it having a woman director, showrunner.
Doing it, you get representation that is so desperately needed in Star Wars.
Representation that is so needed in Star Wars. So we're upset about it having representation that is so needed in Star Wars. So needed in Star Wars. These people. Have you ever watched a fucking Star Wars movie before? But we're right to be upset about that.
Right? And you also have a show that's set not in the same time period that we've been stuck in since the first Star Wars came out.
And we're upset about that? These are the examples that he gives for why us bigots and racists and sexists are upset about the Acolyte? Dude, I'm with you. Renew the Acolyte. Do it. I want a second season for a very different reason that you want a second season. The funny thing is that when I criticize the show, I give plenty of evidence and proof of what I'm saying and the reasons why it's breaking the law and all of this kind of thing. And your only response to that is that we're toxic. Is that we're bigots. We just can't stand a woman showrunner, especially a lesbian woman showrunner. Surprised that she's not a lesbian woman showrunner of color. She's going to probably start identifying that way.
Right? You're exploring new territory and all of these things, and it's fresh. And those were, as we talked about in our...
Multiple people have said, go 1,000 years in the past, go 1,000 years in the future. Thing is I don't want them touching anyone like Revan or Bane or anything like that. And I certainly don't want them going into the future, continuing their story, which they are doing with Rey. Like, I don't... Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars. It's simple. It's so simple. Stay away from the Skywalker saga. Stay away from the Skywalker timeline, people have said. I don't give a fuck. You've destroyed it all already. Why not just continue? Keep doing it.
Recap of the season, like the best parts of the show and the most interesting thing about the show to me was that we were getting all these new things.
So the most interesting part of this show to him was that we were getting all of these new things, the diverse cast that was desperately needed. These were the most interesting things to him about a Star Wars show, was that it had a woman showrunner. These were the most interesting things to him. And these were the problems that we had, rightfully so.
And so that's super cool. And so it definitely, like, it hurts a lot to see that canceled.
So because of all of those things, that's why it hurts so much to see it cancelled. She's not going to F you, dude. Yeah, she likes chicks. Huh. Can you see how, like, bad, how incorrect that is? Insane. Insane. All right. Next up, we got Amandla. Man. Yeah, smoke. Smoke if you got them. When am I coming to USA? It's so funny. I leave Australia at 9:30. I think it's 9:30. Tuesday morning, the 1st of October. And I land in America at 6:30 in the morning that same day. I'm going back in time 3 hours. So yeah, I'll be in America from the 1st of October to the 16th of October. Yep, I'm going to LA and going to LA Comic Con. That's where I'll be for the first week, and then I'll be in Orlando for a week and a half. Dirty cunt, don't smoke inside. I don't. The only time that I actually do smoke inside is when I'm streaming. And when I first started, I never used to smoke, but then I just got over it, and I'm like, fuck it. I'd rather just smoke. I don't care. I open windows. I open doors. It's not like I don't walk in my house when I get home from work and it stinks like cigarettes. Well, it wouldn't to me, would it? But I've had people tell, like, I've asked my mate, like, does it smell in here? And he's like, no. Like cigarettes stink. Like, does it smell like wet dog and feet? All right. God. So I think we were all expecting to hear from some of the actors about the cancellation of this. We keep hearing the same narrative being pushed constantly, that it's on the bigoted fans, the people that are out there saying that this is bad and for these reasons, whether it be something as simple as the law being broken when it comes to travel time across the galaxy, or if it comes down to the age of a certain species and changing the laws around those people. Those were the criticisms that were coming from actual Star Wars fans. But no, the narrative that keeps being pushed and that keeps coming out of Disney Lucasfilm is it's on the bigoted fans. The response, the waves of hate that come through. And Amandla Stenberg is surprisingly one of the people that keeps coming out on the front foot. Man, she did her diss track halfway through the season, which probably wasn't a good idea, which I think a couple of people have identified as not being a good idea for the show or for the series. But let's have a listen to what Amandla Stenberg now has to say with full context about the cancellation of the Acolyte. We're going to EFAP this. We're going to break this down.
However, I feel... Okay. Okay. Hello. I thought I would get on here and just speak candidly. I hate doing this. But I'm gonna do it. I don't use social media very much anymore. And I'm
Is that because your diss track went down like a lead balloon?
so happy about that. But there are many folks out there that I want to acknowledge and I want to show appreciation and love and support for. So that's why I'm hopping on here to talk about this, which is that our Star Wars show, has been canceled. And I'm gonna be transparent and say that it's not a huge shock for me.
Is that because you know that it's shit? Or are you just going to say it's not a huge shock because all the Star Wars fans came out and review bombed before the show even aired and did these horrible videos, and we were getting death threats before it even came out?
Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality, but for those who aren't aware, there has been
You're still in that bubble.
A rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and no one had even seen it.
Yes, because of the way that it was being pushed and promoted, Amandla. Nobody talked about Star Wars. Everybody talked about queerness and gayness and diversity and representation and lesbians and non-binary dudes playing witches. That's why. It's got nothing to do with, I don't know. I don't know where you're getting all of this from. These people are so delusional. Oh, and also too, I thought you didn't give a fuck about our discourse. Like, I honestly thought that you didn't give a fuck about our discourse. What happened to that? Or was that just a stunt?
That's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol.
Let's just listen to that statement again.
That's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudiced hatred and hateful language towards us.
Jesus. It's so political. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, honestly.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
And you know, this really affected me when I first got the job, because it's just not something, even though I anticipated it happening, it's not something you can fully understand what it feels like.
Why did you anticipate it happening? Was it because Kathleen Kennedy came to you and said, oh, you're coming into one of the most toxic, racist fan bases that I run the entertainment for, and you're going to cop it? Did they do the same thing that they did to Moses Ingram with you? Prepared you for the racist fans? They are writing shit characters with shit motivations, and surrounding that, then you get the law breaking and the canon breaking and the Star Wars breaking elements that pile on top of shit writing. And on top of that, you do get shit acting. Amandla, I'm sorry, but whether or not you were directed to act the way that you acted in the show and you can actually act, I don't know. I'm yet to see that. But the performance that we got from you in this first season of The Acolyte, playing two different characters and playing them the same way, shows me, based on the only evidence that I have, that you can't act for shit. You didn't have to audition for the role. You were given the role because the role was written for you. I don't know why. I'm sorry, I do know why. Because you're a black, non-binary woman. That is why.
until it's happening to you. However, I feel like I've kind of moved through those feelings in various ways, including being vocal about it myself.
Diss track.
For me,
Because you don't give a fuck about the discourse, but yet here you are giving a fuck about the discourse.
it just became a situation where there was no option but for me to honor my sense of ethics and my belief system and my value system while being in this very unique position. It was kind of like I had this very unique experience of experiencing the world at large, which is, of course, hyper divisive right now.
My God. She sounds like Kamala. She sounds like Kamala Harris.
Through the lens of this very, very unique opportunity of being.
Someone put a dick in that hand when she did that, please.
Experiencing the world at large, which is, of course, hyper divisive right now. Through the lens of this very, very unique opportunity of being in Star Wars. And it brought up a lot for me, a lot socio-political dynamics, a lot about my own value system, how I respond to that kind of hatred, how I move through the world at large. And it just became inarguable for me at a certain point that in order to continue to be myself, I would have to honor my value system by being vocal, even within the context of working for Disney and working within the large, massive IP that is Star Wars.
It's okay though. You're allowed to call out the fans and do what you do because you're on the right side of the political aisle. A bit like Mark Hamill. Gina Carano can't though. That's not okay. Mark Hamill, you, like everybody else there over at Disney Lucasfilm, as long as, because see, she's made this entire thing a political side. Like the alt-right, she's going to probably go into fucking, she already mentioned, what was the exact phrase? I don't want to go all the way back, but it's just crazy. The reason why the show was cancelled is because it was so expensive, no one watched it. The people that this show was made for showed up. They all did. They all did. Not one of them didn't watch this show that this show was made for. The shippers, the pronoun people, the LGBTQ community, the left, if you want to go political. This show was made for them. And they all showed up. And then on top of that, you had the people that, okay, quote unquote, hate watched it, gave it a chance. The ones that fell off after the first 2 episodes, the normies that just thought, nah, this is shit. More shit Disney Star Wars. It couldn't possibly have to do with the fact that it couldn't be the writer's fault. It couldn't be the director's fault. It couldn't be the actor's fault. It couldn't possibly be the fact that the people behind the scenes allowed these law-breaking issues and law-breaking things to happen. And nobody decided to do any research or thought into how this universe actually works. The biggest example of that in this show is the travel time. The biggest thing isn't Kiadi Mundi. The biggest thing isn't Plagueis or Yoda, or how fat lightsaber hilt is, or any of those things. The biggest law-breaking issue in this show is travel time. Time. Which is a massive criticism and completely legitimate. And yet that gets discounted because why? I'm a racist? Why? Does hyperspace travel have a color? I thought it was blue, personally.
on that topic, I just have to say it has been an incredible honor and dream for me to be in this universe.
Really? Since when? Since you got cast?
It still feels, even though, of course, I'm very sad about the show being canceled, and I'm sad about us not being able to give people who are invested into it more, because I'll just feel a lot of levity and joy around the fact that I got to experience it.
Okay, good for you.
And that people loved it, and that people were so responsive. I poured through
A small minority of people, absolutely. Very small minority of people will eventually want Manny Jacinto to break up with his missus so that he can date and fuck you in real life. We can have Oceanmere for real.
a lot of different iterations of fan art and ship art and fan theories and things that were just so beautiful.
Fanfic. She loves the fanfic. She loves the shipping. This is Star Wars now, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, the fans that this show was made for watched your show, and it wasn't enough to warrant a second season. You couldn't get the audience scores up on any platform, whether it be IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or any of those. You couldn't positively review bomb it. Yeah, you got shit trending. But the funny thing is that the hate watchers, the people that sat there and reviewed it and actually did criticize it for its problems, also helped with those trends, helped with those hashtags. I used hashtag the Acolyte every week that I did a review. Did I ever once give it praise for anything? No, because there was nothing to praise it for. I've tweeted out so many times, renew the Acolyte and save the Acolyte. Do I want it saved? Do I want it renewed? Honestly, I don't care. At this point in time, give us the second season. It was great for my channel. You know why it was great for my channel? Because there's like-minded people out there that see the issues the way I see the issues. And unfortunately for you, Amandla, it has nothing to do with your skin color, your lady bits, any of it. Nothing to do with any of that. Because by me saying that based on what I saw, you can't act for shit, has nothing to do with you being a woman, has nothing to do with you being black. It has everything to do with talent and your ability to engage with the character that you're supposed to be portraying.
And filled my heart with joy. And I just want to let those people know out there who supported us in that way, and supported us vocally, despite and in the face of all of the vitriol that we received and kind of the targeted attack, I would say.
A targeted attack. Oh, like, again, I want receipts. I want to see receipts. This is ridiculous. Throwing out fucking just bullshit my truth crap with no actual evidence to say that the reason why this was cancelled was because of a right-wing bigotry and vitriol. Show me the videos. Show me the videos of the people that hated this show so much because of your color of your skin, Amandla. We talked about the way it was being promoted and all of that sort of thing, but you guys did that. You're the one that said there after the dude said that this is the gayest Star Wars we've ever seen and did the hand thing and you know, I think nerds are gay. You know, that fake victim mentality. How about you take responsibility for your actions? You take responsibility for the things that you've said in the past that have actually, removed actual Star Wars fans, pushed them away. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Well, guess what? They listened. A very large segment listened, especially after the first 2 episodes. So don't go out there and attack the fans and tell them not to watch it if they don't like it and all of this kind of thing. If then when they don't do it, and they actually listen to you and not watch it and all of these other elements that you're throwing out there, and then you put it on them, you blame them. Anyone with a brain, Amandla, anyone with an actual fucking brain in their head knows that this got cancelled for completely different reasons to the ones that the Disney SEALs want to point the finger at and you want to point the finger at. The Star Wars fan base. We didn't make it. We didn't write it. We didn't do anything but react to it and see it through the lens of a Star Wars fan. And told the world what we thought about it. And guess what? The majority of the people out there felt the same way.
Received by the alt-right. Just that you were deeply loved and appreciated, and it made this job all the worthwhile for me, and it made all of the challenge.
You're going to end up like Daisy Ridley. You're never going to get another job again. These cardboard cutout actors. You got one facial expression for all emotion.
Challenging elements of it completely worthwhile for me. And so that, plus my love of sci-fi and fantasy, and being able to be a part of the legacy of something that I so deeply value, and something that means so much to me and I've looked up to for so long.
Bullshit. Because if Star Wars meant so much to you, you'd see the problems with it. Because all real Star Wars fans actually see the problems with this show and how it doesn't actually fit in the Star Wars universe. So it's one thing to sit there and say that you're a massive Star Wars fan. It's another thing to show that you're actually a real Star Wars fan.
So,
it's funny. Mark Hamill is a great example of that. He understood his character, and he knew his character, Luke Skywalker. And that's why when The Last Jedi came out, he fundamentally disagreed with every element of his character that Rian Johnson had done. But that slowly faded away because he's gone absolutely mental. He's gone absolutely crazy. Now he just feeds off the legacy of Star Wars.
I also just want to say thank you to Lucasfilm for just being
I thought Lucasfilm never stuck up for you. By canceling it, that means that they're not protecting you.
Fucking awesome team. They were so wonderful to work with, and just everybody that I worked with in Lucasfilm, particularly Rain Roberts, my producer, was just had such vision and hope and such a mission for what we were going to continue bringing into the sci-fi universe and into the Star Wars universe. And it was a really beautiful, energizing, life-changing experience to be a part of. And I have to thank Leslie Headland, who I just fucking love that bitch. She just
fucking loves that bitch. She loves Leslie Headland. Why? Probably because she gave her a job without having to make her audition, getting her on the casting couch. Maybe they did. Maybe that's why she loves her so much. Leslie is becoming exactly what she knows. Maybe.
Excuse my French. She's just one of the best people in the world. I think she's so incredibly talented
Yeah, another 2
and
minutes.
unique
I
and
know.
kind. And I'll love her forever. And I love this experience with her forever.
Gross.
But at the end of the day, I also just want to thank everybody who watched it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Can we just end it there?
For being so loving
No, I wouldn't
and
say I was that.
supportive
I
and
wasn't say I was that.
excited
I wasn't
and
say I was that.
nerdy
Or
and
that.
awesome and
I'm awesome.
I'll continue to process this for a long time. But maybe the last thing I want to say on the subject is that we all exist in the context of all in which we live.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
But I'm serious. It's not lost on me how the way that these events have unfolded is also due to the hyper divisiveness of the time that we live in, that is driven
by you.
I would say at this point by echo chambers of thought and
No,
an algorithm.
I disagree. It's all driven by you guys. The attacks on the fans for criticizing the show. This is all created by you guys. All of us were just willing to allow Acolyte to drift off into the sunset, drift off into the ether, and we weren't going to talk about it ever again. You know why we're still talking about it weeks after it's finished, it's concluded? Because you guys keep talking about us. And we keep telling you, no, we criticize this, we criticize that. Show me where I said that I've got a problem with this show because it's got a female showrunner. Show me where I said that I've got a problem with this because of the color of your skin.
That reinforce our biases. And I think that applies to everybody. But I think that in a particular sect of people, it manifests as a lot of fear for what is changing and a lot of hatred for anything that is other.
The thing is what you're changing is something that's been established and has a massive fan base around it. That's what the problem is, Amandla. Something that doesn't need to be changed is being changed. As soon as that starts happening, it ceases, it fails to be the thing that you're saying that it is when stuff is so established in this universe. It's why Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars.
And I would challenge us all and challenge myself to continue questioning what it is that I digest, and think critically about what shapes it. And
I'd seriously be considering a career
let's
change.
vote, y'all. Let's vote.
Let's vote.
Let's vote.
Let's vote. Are we talking
I
about
think that's
politics
all I have
now?
to say.
Or are we talking about the
Well,
Acolyte?
this is 10 minutes long. We'll see if I post this. Bye.
Bye. So again, she didn't talk about anything to do with the viewership. She didn't talk about any of the actual criticisms towards the show, anything to do with Kiadi Mundi, anything to do with the travel time, the lore and canon aspects that people were criticizing. No, it's all alt-right bigots that are the reason why this show has been cancelled. The vitriol, the constant bullying of the Star Wars fan base. And she was prepared for it. She was prepared for it.
Maybe Moses Ingram talked to her before the show was aired, before it was even put into production. Just be careful of those racist fans. It's just ridiculous, and it's getting tiresome. It's ridiculous and tiresome, and there's only so many times they can say it before you start actually just going like, whatever, dude. It's like calling me a Yahtzee or calling, all these things that people just throw out there, the buzzwords. It's because nobody watched it. It was expensive. We got 60,000 signatures on the petition, and it's not enough. It's a very small minority. And Mike shared this with me. Mike Hill, thanks, Mike. The Acolyte's Amandla Stenberg gets support from another Star Wars legend who faced harassment from Star Wars fans. Ahmed Best. Ahmed Best. Let's see what he had to say. Is this his? Yes, this is his. So he said, with a picture of the Acolyte, I will always stand in solidarity for artists who give 110% to their work and art. Keep shining, Queen. Now, Ahmed Best should know better than anyone that it wasn't the fan base that, put him in the situation that they put him in. I'm not saying that there wasn't criticism out there for Jar Jar Binks, but I think a lot more of that criticism from the fan base went towards George and the creation of the character than it went towards Ahmed Best and his portrayal of the character or anything like that. It's come out and it's been proven that Ahmed Best, the harassment towards Ahmed Best was from the critics. Back then, the internet wasn't what it is today. Now, I'm not saying that there might not have been some Star Wars fans that did maybe reach out to Ahmed Best and give him some hate for it. I'm not saying that that's not the case. There very well could have been. But from the way that it's been explained by both Jake Lloyd and Ahmed Best, is that it was, well, for Jake Lloyd, it was kids at school and stuff like that. But for Ahmed Best, it was the critics. But he stands in solidarity. This gives me Ewan McGregor vibes with what he did with Moses Ingram. Ridiculous. And then, of course, the SEALs come out and start tweeting about that as well. So here we've got M. You've probably seen her around. She's been very vocal when it comes to the whole Renew the Acolyte thing. Says Ahmed Best posted a response standing up for Amandla, and there's people going in his comment section attacking her. We have learned nothing from what happened to the prequel actors. Yeah. Again, blaming the fans. Blaming the fans. Let me get these super chats. Where was I? Which replay. Mr. Bantham gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Where am I? Oh shit. I don't know, fell off. I'm sorry. I don't. Gnolith? I don't know. I'm fucking spinning out of that. Thank you for the super chat. Dyslexic guys, remember. She's not as confident as she was in that music video. That's very true. That's very true. Because she thought she was had a hit on her hands. And it was just because she's been gaslit into thinking that the fan base is just racist and everything. And they're not going to criticize anything other than you for the color of your skin and the fact that you're a woman. So she got gaslit into thinking that. And that's why that she was super confident in the music video. And now in this video, she's not. But still arrogant and smug as always. This one will never learn. No, this is the thing with a lot of the people over there in Hollywood, you could say they're not learning anything from because they continue attacking the fans. Like, look at what Marvel was doing. I mean, I know it's under the Disney umbrella, so you can kind of make that argument, but attacking the fans doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Mr. Bantam for $2 says, I didn't even know who she was. Just make Star Wars. Yeah. Amandla Stenberg, who was she before this? I have no idea. Mr. Bantam again for 2 says, she needs to be told to shut up and not post things. They don't care because they agree. It's kind of the same thing as Mark Hamill and using Star Wars to, effectively go to his, use it in his politics. Oh, shit. I'm just going to call you that. For 20. R's. Rhino. Can you try a heel versus babyface accent? You're boring! No, I can't do accents. I'm no good. I could maybe try a British accent. I don't know how good it is, though. No, that's horrible. It's horrible. Do Donald Duck. Mr. Bantam for $2 says, a compelling story sticking to canon is all we want. 100%. 100%. Oh shit says for 10. I'm just going to say that because it's colored. We as EU fans would actually crowdfund to get more EU stories, while those woke fans only limit themselves to sign a petition. That's true. But the thing is even if we were to crowdfund for to make more EU stuff, we'd probably get a cease and desist. Something like that. Whereas George Lucas was all for fan stuff. That's the difference. They have the opportunity that we don't yet fail. Man, the EU is so good. There's some stuff in there that's not good, but the majority of the EU is pretty fucking good. Oh shit, for $2. Says, besides Acolyte fans have no money of their own. But that's true. Besides Acolyte fans have no money of their own. They're not going to go out and buy merch and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. They'll all go out and buy a baby Yoda. All the things that you don't really care about when it comes to Star Wars. Man, if they released the Stranger removes clothes playset, man, that would sell like hotcakes. Fucking sell heaps. For Try 22, Mr. Grant Gregory says, "Hail Rhino, the space geek
Greek from Space Athens. Thanks, man. So yeah, the fans are fucking nuts. Let's get rid of some of these tabs. The petition is now at 59,777. Can it get to 60,000 before the stream's finished? We will see. We will see. Fucking Amandla Stenberg, man. Hi, Stephanie. How you doing? Good to see ya. We've got Riff becoming a new member or upgrading his membership. Became a tracking fob. Thanks, Riff. Appreciate you. All right. Amandla Stenberg, we've done all of that. I want to show you, like, this is talking about the new Star Wars fans, right? Just a little reminder for all of you guys out there. Let me get my headphones on. Just a little reminder for you of the kind of people that these new Star Wars fans are. You remember this?
There's been no one for so long. Who are you? I'm Ray.
Not
Ray
you.
who?
Not you. Oh God. No. No.
Please no. Please no.
No. Don't say it, Ray.
Ray Skywalker.
Yeah, he's probably leaving because listening to the fucking people in the crowd pissed him off. I fucking hate Star Wars. That's new Star Wars fans. That person that said I hate Star Wars has probably loved everything that's come out on Disney Plus. It's probably Saya. So yeah, just wanted to remind you of that. I like how Rhino says no. Sounds like no. No. No, it doesn't. It sounds like no. N-O. No. No. Makes me think of Shane Gillis when he's talking about like an Australian at 9/11. Oh shit, there's another one. Get down. No. Anyway. Let's continue. Shall we? Should I take a toilet break? Let's take a toilet break. I'll be right back. We'll play this scene as Steph's here.
I said Lyndon would go to the tree and do some ASMR for you, Lethal. In your honor.
I'm so sorry. He'd be hugging that tree. And then he'd be punching it and slapping it, going, "You took my friend." Kicking it. How dare you?
That would be you, Rhino.
Nah. Boy. I'd be there going, "Why? Fuck you, Disney! Why? Sorry about that. Got a little bit of a headache, so I thought I'd grab some Nurofen and Panadol. Wash it down with some Coke. All right. When Raging Rhino is silent, I worry. Drugs. It's just paracetamol and ibuprofen. Nurofen and Panadol, man. Drugs bad, I'm calling. Is Rhino finished? No, sorry. I was just going to the bathroom and getting some Panadol. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So this report came out, dropped a video on this as well. Kathleen Kennedy will reportedly continue on as Lucasfilm president until at least the second quarter of 2025. Look, the amount of times that, we're being told to take these rumors with a grain of salt. So, shut up, Steph. The amount of times that we've heard in the last 5 years that Kathleen Kennedy is either stepping down, being fired, making an announcement of Star Wars Celebration, all of these things, and it hasn't come to fruition. I have said for a while now that I'll believe it when I see it, and we'll talk about it when we see it. There is no point now sitting here speculating on whether or not Kathleen Kennedy is going to step down or not. And the other point too is that even if Kathleen Kennedy was to leave, if they were to Thanos snap out of existence, Kathleen Kennedy right now, what do you think changes? Like, honestly, what do you think changes? Dave Filoni was all on board with what they did with the Acolyte. Dave Filoni's baby, Ahsoka, is a pile of steaming dog shit. If anybody thinks that just because Kathleen Kennedy is going to leave or going to step down or going to be fired or whatever, that's going to change the culture at Lucasfilm, it's going to change Disney in some way, you're kidding. You're kidding yourself. So, I mean, it's a bit like the shows and how I keep saying, just give us it all. Like, bring it all out. Do everything. Kathleen, stay as long as you want. Because nothing's going to change after you leave. You've made sure of that. You've made sure of that, Kathleen Kennedy. No, we can get rid of that tab. That was where we were. And then there's this. Lucasfilm reportedly has multiple unannounced Star Wars TV series in development.
Okay. Like, I don't know why you're not announcing them. Is it because that they're not like necessarily 100% greenlit? Are you wasting money behind the scenes to try and find the right method to do Star Wars? Because you had that before you decided to decanonize the EU. You had Star Wars. You had what Star Wars actually was. Why haven't these been announced? Why should I believe anything, any kind of rumor or anything that's hidden behind the scenes when all we've ever had out of Disney Lucasfilm is constant announcements, firings, shelvings, like you name it, they've done it, like a heap of it. A heap of it. What Star Wars shows have they got in development that they haven't announced? What are we getting? We're getting Skeleton Crew. We're getting Andor Season 2. What else is there? What else do we actually know about? Let me do a quick search. What would I do? Announce Star Wars shows? Ahsoka Season 2, Skeleton Crew, Andor Season 2. Well, this goes through absolutely everything. It says upcoming Star Wars shows. Let me bring this up. This is actually quite funny. From sources across the web. Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, Andor, the droid story, that was announced ages ago. Mandalorian and Grogu, it's funny that they've got a picture of Rey there, isn't it? Mando Season 3, we already had Mando Season 3. Skeleton Crew's there twice. New Jedi Order, that's the Rey movie. Acolyte, Lando, what happened to Lando? Rangers of the New Republic, well, we know what happened to that. The untitled Rian Johnson trilogy, the Kevin Feige Star Wars movie. These are still, I don't know, mate, I could be wrong. The untitled Dave Filoni movie, we know that's real. I don't think that's real. I think that's been confirmed that was never real. Visions, no one cares about. We've seen Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, there's Andor Season 2. Mandalorian. Did we already have the Mandalorian? Well, there's Mandalorian Season 3. The Bad Batch, we got that. Tales of the Jedi, we got that. Rogue Squadron, we didn't get that. That got cancelled. More, okay? They did that. And the Lando movie. What a pile of crap. A pile of junk. Let's see. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. What's coming out next year in 2025? Skeleton Crew, no, that's this year. Doesn't really there's nothing really there that's confirmed or the only thing that I can see is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, but I thought that was 2026. I don't know. Anyway, they've got a heap of unannounced shows in development. Woo! Let's see it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Do Revan. I dare ya. Lucasfilm. Do Bane. I dare ya. I dare you. Because now you are completely ripping a character, like a complete character and story out of the EU and playing with it. Do it. Like, seriously do it. You want to lose the rest of them? Do it. Fuck it. Make Revan a woman. Do it. And then there was this announcement. They're pretty much both the same, aren't they? They are. I had two tabs and they were pretty much the same. All right. Let me bring this up. Sigourney Weaver has confirmed that she will appear in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And the quote is, I got to meet Grogu for the first time the other day. You do know that you were holding a doll, right? A little baby doll, robot, whatever it is. And Sigourney Weaver, like, this is the thing. They announce, like, they talk about these things and they think that it's so good. Like, I'm going to be in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. You reckon Sigourney Weaver is going to bring people in? You know what this is to me? You know what this is to me? Sorry, this.
Put a ticket in, make a lemon Put a ticket in, make a lemon gay.
That's what this is to me. Bo-Katan going to be in there as well. Don't doubt that. Are they going to make her the? I know that they've already got an actor for it, and she's, but she hasn't shown her face yet. Do you reckon she's going to be the blacksmith chick? Who knows? But guess what you're doing? Doing Star Wars right now is career suicide. That's what it is. You may as well say goodbye to your career at this point in time. Once upon a time, it could possibly make a career. It could break a career. Harrison Ford had a very successful career. Mark Hamill, not so much. Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman. Some of them went on to have great success. Some of them didn't. Ahmed Best. Jake Lloyd. But Sigourney Weaver, I don't think you know what you're quite celebrating here. And it's like I've said, like, we've talked about other people that have come out and said, like, I think there was something... Was it the Godzilla -1 director or something said, like, he wouldn't mind doing a Star Wars movie? Ewan McGregor saying that he wants a season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. These people don't know what they're asking for. Well, they know what they're asking for. They're asking for a paycheck. But when it comes to what those things are going to do to Star Wars and what Star Wars is going to do to their careers, their legacy in the industry of making art, making motion pictures, they don't know what they're asking for here. Anyone who's smart will stay away from Star Wars right now. It will destroy your career. And look, Sigourney Weaver's already had a great career. So I guess she doesn't really have too much to worry about, because if this is the end, well, then this is the end. She's still done so much. I guess. But it will definitely put a damper on her legacy. especially if they make her like direct her to act like Rosario Dawson, somebody that we know that can actually act, somebody that we've seen in multiple things and she does a good job. She's a good actor. I wouldn't say that she's necessarily this massive superstar or anything, but she can do her job well, right? You put her into Star Wars, arms crossed, like stoic all the time. These people don't know what they're asking for. Sorry, I just had a work call and I know exactly what it's about. And it's scary that this thing hasn't been done that I asked to get done. Fuck. Fuck. I'm sorry. I need to actually call this person back. I really hate doing this. I hate getting work calls. All right. So just so that hopefully you stick around, I hope I don't lose too many of you. I appreciate you all being here and I would appreciate your patience just really quickly here. I do need to return this call. We're going to watch the Sonic 3 trailer. And then we're going to go into Seal of the Week, and then we're going to watch a Grizzy video, and then we're going to wrap up. And we will keep an eye on the petition. Might get past that 60,000 signatures. I will be back very, very shortly. I will play something. I'm going to put my headphones in so I can't hear it. I'll play one of my longer clips here. What do we got? We got Nap Time. Haven't played that for a while. Where is it? Yeah, that's 2.5 minutes long. I'll probably be a little bit longer than that, but at least this will sort of keep it rolling for a little bit. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more! Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait! Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time! When they just won't shut up. Nap Time is not legal in the following states.
I'll fix it. A little bit more. Turn a little bit more to the.
That better?
There it is. There it is.
I gotta see what I look like on the playback.
You're fine. It's fine. You want to sit in your bed?
I'm missing my bottom teeth, and I've got a triple chin.
Derp. Derp.
I make Star Wars.
He looks like Kramer addressing Newman.
He does. He does. He looks like he's like, Tim, what the fuck? Oh my god, that's great though, Tim. That's great, man.
Yeah, I'll fix yours right.
Birds of Prey is going to deal with the misogynistic crowd that you guys have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm missing my bottom teeth.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. I
know. Oh my god, dude. Rhino looks like he's gonna take a bite out of Tim's head. Nom 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 nom. Yeah.
Hey Tim, that ear looks quite delicious.
Oh boy.
Hey, I like the way you style your hair. It's kind of cool.
Man.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, that's
Are you
fantastic.
semi-bisexual like me? You can be a part of our alphabet squadrons. Yes, the alphabet squadron. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still working. I'll be there soon, hopefully.
R4. Prepare to jettison the spare part canisters.
Red 2, standing by.
Red 11, standing by.
Red 5, standing by.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost!
Oh my God. I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Ah, man. Everything's fine. And what happened? It's a long story. A car was supposed to be picked up on a truck yesterday, taken to a place that does sign writing on cars. And then the customer was supposed to get the car by the weekend. And because the car wasn't detailed yesterday and the truck was never booked for it yesterday, I sent an email last night before I left work just saying, can we please get this car cleaned and out the door today, like Friday, today? And the person who's supposed to do it all booked the truck. The car wasn't detailed. So my manager said, you can't send a car out like that. It's still wrapped in plastic and dirty and everything. So to cancel the truck, getting the car cleaned. Don't know why it was missed and not cleaned earlier. And now it's got to go on Monday. But the person who the car is for, and this guy, like, this is a broker that I deal with. He gives me business, right? Like, this is probably maybe the 10th car that he's basically, he does all the finance, he does everything. He just goes, do the contract for me. So, like, that's the phone call. That's me selling a car. He calls me. He goes, have you got one of these in stock? I'm like, yep, I've got one in stock. He's like, put together a contract for me. This name, blah, 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 blah. It's like one of the easiest sales. So it's really good customer to have. And now he's getting pissed off because 2 extra days have been piled on top, and I'm now making it harder for him. It's just, it fucking... And it's not to say, like, I've known this guy, the broker guy, for a long time, and it's not to say that he won't continue giving me business. I don't think that he's that petty, quote unquote petty, but like, it's still a working relationship that, you know, I told him the car's going to be transported on Thursday. It's now Friday. The car's not even clean to put on a truck. Fuck. Do I have to clean them myself? Get out there in my suit with a gurney, fucking washing cars. Just little thing. It annoys me, and it doesn't happen all the time. It's not like this is a thing that happens all the time. But why does it happen to the best customers that you can have? Is that a cat? It is a cat. That's Eric. Hi, Eric. Hi. Man, I reckon he's gotten bigger. Have you gotten bigger? Hey? What? Come here. Not you. Look at the jealousy. Look at the jealousy. Yeah. I was calling Eric over. Invest in a punching bag, Rhino. Helps a lot. Yeah, I used to go to the gym, and I used to fucking... 2 cats. Yes, 2 cats. You got Eric and Charles. Eric Lencher and Charles Xavier. And they were always going, like... I got... Where are they? I think I've shown these before. These were the collars that I got for them. So that's Charles's, obviously, right? But they hate wearing a collar, so I never made them wear it. And that's Eric's. But that's really heavy. Like, he hated having that on. I don't know why I did that around my neck. But yeah, it's pretty cool though. I might actually put that on my keys. And maybe even that on my keys. Yeah. They were named after X-Men character. I was going to originally, because the reason why I got 2 cats, I love dogs as well, but even a quote-unquote indoor dog, it would be cruel to have a dog where I live. I've got no yard whatsoever. My yard is a garage. So I live in a 2-bedroom townhouse, double story, but I've got no yard. So it would be cool to have a dog. So I decided just to get 2 cats instead of a cat and a dog. And I was going to name them. I was going to name one Remy and one LeBeau. And I thought, it is my favorite X-Men, like Gambit. And I was thinking of just naming one of them Gambit. But then, I wanted it to be like a Halloween couple, so to speak. Like, I wanted the names to have some sort of connection. So I was thinking of getting a boy and a girl. And if I did that, I was probably going to name one Rogue and one Gambit. And I had a couple of other options when it came to naming them. And originally, when I spoke to the breeder, I was going to get a boy and a girl. But I ended up getting Eric. Eric's 2 weeks older than Charles. And she's like, because I wanted a seal point, which is what Eric is. And Charles is a blue point. Obviously, the colors in their face. She said, I've got a blue point boy that nobody's sort of picked up yet. And it was going to take me a little bit longer to get a female. So I went and visited him, and yeah, he was cute as hell. So I ended up getting Charles as well. And now he's the alpha. Yeah, so it was going to be Remy LeBeau. Hey, Remy, hey, LeBeau. Didn't really like the whole LeBeau thing. Yeah. Stop pointing at me. Sorry, guys. I'm slowing down a little bit because I'm just trying to get my bearings. That phone call and that situation just really pissed me off. I knew what it was as soon as I received that first call. Like, the call that I got when we got interrupted was from the broker. It was from the customer. And I knew straight away, I'm like, the car hasn't been delivered. The car hasn't been delivered. You can see it. I reckon you can see it in my face on the stream. Anyway, Sigourney Weaver. Say goodbye to the rest of your career. That's where we were at. All right, let's watch the Sonic trailer. Now, I liked the first Sonic movie. I loved the fact that they actually delayed it to actually correct it. And they got rewarded for it. They got rewarded for it. For listening to the fans. Who would have thought? It wasn't bigotry. It wasn't racist. It wasn't sexist. It had to do with the character design. It's a bit like how we complain about the motivations of a character. It could basically arguably be the same thing, right? Where are my headphones at? So they got rewarded for listening to the fans and actually making a correction. And the correction that they made was great. It really was great. I haven't seen the second one. Which, you know what? I might actually do that tonight. Where is it? It's on Paramount, isn't it? I wonder if I can get that through Prime. I know Paramount and Prime are separate. But I think I've got some link up with Paramount through my Prime account. I'll look into it. But I might watch the second one. Let's watch the trailer for the third one, though. And I really liked the first one. I actually really did like it. And I really like Jim Carrey. I got to say, Like when The Mask came out, me and my mate, we went and saw that at least 10 times in theaters. We thought it was hilarious. We started smoking and all that shit. Beautiful. Pearty? Because I gotta. Here we go.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
It wasn't really a pre-trailer for the trailer. We finally got a trailer where it's just the trailer.
There's been a high-level security breach. And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered.
Nice.
Shadow's story began a lot like yours, Sonic. But where you found family and friends,
Tails.
Shadow found only pain and loss.
All right, we got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with the giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
Nice.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
No! My turn. Can we just talk about this?
Awesome.
He's too powerful. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
You know, a movie like this, sorry to stop it there. This is pretty cool. Stop clapping, Rhino. Oh man, now I've forgotten what I was going to say. Fuck.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Now they do the human element.
Doctor! We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik, even for you.
We need your help.
On one condition.
Let's do this! If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it. I need room.
The look is great.
Proper materials. Found some.
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
Hey, no cheat code!
What did you do?
What I had to.
It's cool too because that sound, you know, that bing sound.
Welcome home, my boy.
They're not. What?
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
Are you? In the saggy flesh.
That's awesome. Is he playing both of them? Okay, I'm sorry, I am seal clapping, but that is fucking great. It looks really good. But like I was gonna say, it depends on how they do the human element. Because I reckon the human element in the first one was done really well. And the story was actually pretty good. Second one, like I said, I haven't seen. I need to watch that. I'm going to watch it tonight. But yeah, that looks really good. I like that. I like it a lot. As Jim Carrey would say, I like it a lot. Awesome. Seal clapping. Yep. Seal clapping. I'll seal clap that. Seal clap those cheeks. That's me. That is me. All right, let's do Seal of the Week, shall we? let's do Seal of the Week. Now, we've got one that you guys can nominate for a nomination. Who is it going to be, though? That one's going to stay in because it's funny. That one... We're going to leave that in. We're definitely leaving that one in. So it's between these two, I think. Okay, so 1s and 2s in the chat. Let me read them first. So as number 1 for your nomination for the nomination for Seal of the Week is Black Girl Nerds says this, and it's quoted. Okay, so the same cyberbullying hate that Amandla is dealing with now on her Instagram, Moses Ingram received as well. Her co-star Ewan McGregor addressed the hate, and the official Star Wars account uploaded the video. And then black women and Star Wars. Why so much vitriol? So that's number 1. Number 2 is this one here saying, still wild that Rian Johnson made the best Star Wars movie since 1980 and it broke society. So they're the 2 that you get to pick, chat. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Who do you want? We're starting with a 2, and then we're coming in with a 1. Who gets the pick? Oh, we got a heap of 1s there from Ghostface. Oh, we got another 1. 1's leading. How the fuck? Yeah. Number 2. How the fuck you be defending TLJ at this point? It's true. I prefer neither, but 2. Oh, we got a couple of 2s in there. Fuck. We're nearly splitting it. Maybe I should just do an actual quick little poll. We'll just go Seal, Nom, and 1 and 2. There you go. I'll play you a clip, but I feel like I've played all my clips to fucking deal with that work shit. So that's number 1, and that's number 2. Who are we getting, guys? Oh, let me just check Super Chats too. No, I think I'm up to date. Yep. Very good. Very, very good. All right, how are we going? Holy shit. With 12 votes, it's 50-50. 6 of you want 1, 6 of you want 2. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. I need you. I need you. Number 1. Number 2. Come on, how many people we got here? We've still got 36 people here. 12 people have voted. Come on. Come on, chat. 14. Oh, number 2's taking the lead. Oh, number 2. Oh, number 1 gets a vote. Pulls it back. Let's see. We're at 15. Can we get to 20? We'll stop. We'll end the poll at 20. We're at 16. We need 4 more. And it's 50-50 again. Jesus. This is tight. Tight like a tiger. And you know what's probably going to happen? Is one of them is probably, whichever one gets picked will probably end up being last. That might not be the case, though. Number 2 takes the lead again. 17 votes. We need 3 more. Number 1, number 2. If it goes to 20 and the 21st is the tiebreaker, well, that's where it ends.
Oh, number one. Oh, the overtake. The overtake with 19. Oh, it comes down to this last vote. This last vote could either bring it back to 50-50. Come on, chat. I know you're out there. There's somebody lurking. Oh, 21. All right, 21. Number one takes it. Number one takes it with 57%. I'm ending it. There we go. Well, that was fun. Why isn't it showing me the poll results? Anyway, it got 53, 57%. 57%. All right, so we're getting rid of one. We're getting rid of one. Perfect. I mean, we're getting rid of two, which was the one that we got rid of. All right, here we go. Here we go.
I'm the Jedi.
All right, this week, nominee number one is Darth Thunder saying Torben time was epic. Hashtag renew the Acolyte. Hashtag save the Acolyte. Torben time. Torben time. It's Morbin time. It's Torben time. All right, that's nominee number one. Nominee number two is from Star Wars Lab saying, yeah, The Rise of Skywalker remains a phenomenal movie. These people don't know what they're talking about. Look at these. Look at this. What the fuck is this movie? Ugh. That's nominee number two. Nominee number three is from Stone Star Wars. Now, I mentioned this in my video, and I really think that this is going to be the next form of positive review bombing and the next phase to this save the Acolyte, hashtag renew the Acolyte stuff that's been going on. So it says, I have Disney Plus. If you also do and are not watching anything, just play the Acolyte with the sound down or whatever. I'm playing it on repeat. If we get Stream the Acolyte trending, can we spike the viewing figures? A long shot, but a shot. Is this the way to save Star Wars? Save the Acolyte. Save Star Wars. They're saving Disney Star Wars by keeping Kathleen Kennedy there. But anyway, so play it over and over and over and over and over again. Spike those figures. You don't think that they can see that, like, this one account watched it, like they're the ones putting in the hours? You don't reckon they've got an algorithm that breaks it down like that deep? They just don't show us that. Come on, man. Anyway, let's do it. Let's renew the Acolyte. Save the Acolyte. And of course, last was from Black Girl Nerds, the one that you selected, saying the same cyberbullying hate that Amandla is dealing with now on her Instagram, Moses received as well. Her co-star Ewan McGregor addressed the hate, and the official Star Wars account uploaded the video. There you go. Why so much vitriol? There are your four nominees for this week's Seal of the Week. Let's get that poll in the chat. Seal of the Week. And there's the poll.
Get your votes in. Let's go through it. Darth Thunder was number 1 with his Torben time. Star Wars Lab was number 2, being that the Rise of Skywalker is a phenomenal movie still to this day. We got Stone Star Wars basically saying like, let's watch the Acolyte on repeat, even with the sound off. And then we got Black Girl Nerds saying that Moses Ingram received the same hate and vitriol and bigotry as Moses Ingram, but they did something for Moses. While we're waiting, let's do a quick... Have they passed 60? Oh, 59,850. 59,850. It's moving slow. Let me just set up another email address and sign it. Then we'll set up another email address and sign it. And then just set up another email address and sign it. I reckon in an hour, I could set up enough email addresses that I could sign it 150 times and get it past the 60 mark. You wait, once it passes 60, there's going to be like, it's past 60. Like, man, it's moving slow. Like I said, look at the Game of Thrones petition. 1.8 million. You're going to need millions of signatures on this for them to even pay attention. All right, but we've got Grizzy's video. We always do this. If you're not subscribed to Grizzy, I'm going to have to stop sharing and reshare. If you're not subscribed to Grizzy, what are you doing? Oh, it's not even close. It's 3 o'clock. Calm down. Still got 3 hours before dinner time, you weirdo. Grizzy. We are going to watch this video. Disney Star Wars shills are still whining over the Acolyte getting cancelled. Let's do it. Huh? The Titanic movie. Saying, I broke down crying about the Acolyte tonight. I've been grieving privately for days and I need to let it all out. This show means more to me than words can say. It made me feel seen as a female Star Wars fan and as a woman who is taught by society to hide her rage. Okay. I think men are told to hide their emotions more, and I think men don't really mind, honestly. Anyway.
Why can't the girls have fun things for the girlies?
Leslie Headland was so dedicated as...
We reacted to some of this last week.
...a fan of Star Wars.
And Manny Jacinto did such an amazing job, and you canceled his show on his birthday!
It's definitely because incels didn't like two people of color holding hands.
They've hit the second tower.
What?
Congratulations, bigots. You won. Oh, my God. Yep. We talked about her tonight.
To anyone celebrating the Acolyte getting canceled, seriously, off.
Whoa! Eric Voss of the New Rockstars is pissed.
Pissed.
Could it be because he has been successfully exposed as a paid Disney shill?
Just go to any Star Wars celebration or even Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland or Disney World, and you will know that Star Wars under Disney is as popular, if not more popular, than it ever was.
And he's now been exposed to the point that he feels the need to come out and defend himself.
Disney does not pay for reviews. That is a myth. But what they do is they give access to influencers and journalists.
Which includes flying you out there, wining you and dining you, giving you very good lodging and early access to the press premiere of the show. Pretty much a free vacation. And throw in some free passes to Galaxy's Edge. Why not?
And people have accused that access of being a form of payment or influence. When in reality, Disney has always made it clear, we don't really care if you give negative reviews of our stuff. We just don't want you to engage in like toxic bullying. Now, I was fortunate to meet Leslie Headland at a press event hosted by Lucasfilm in May. The invite list included content makers that
Look who's there. Look who's there.
Headland had come across during her research and creators she felt were more fair.
Oh man, I would love to be in that room. Like, honestly, I'd love to be in that room. And just even a fly on the wall. Listen to how Leslie Headland talked about it.
Star Wars coverage. To be clear, not uniformly positive.
Watch all those SEALs just nodding their heads with a big smile on their face.
Fair.
Oh, not universally positive, just fair.
Yeah.
And who decides in this instance what's fair coverage and what's fair criticism? According to what Eric Voss just said, Leslie Headland makes that decision.
The invite list included content makers that Headland had come across during her research and creators she felt were more fair in their Star Wars coverage.
And surprise, surprise, everyone in this clip here loved the Acolyte and has passionately defended it.
Yep.
Some of them you will even see here shortly in this very video.
This meeting included something that often happens at these events, a group photo with everybody, including Leslie Headland and even Dave Filoni. And now looking back, I think it was well-intentioned and a wonderful experience, but that particular photo backfired just a bit.
Ah, yes, the infamous Disney Acolyte shill photo. I'm sure many of you have already seen this.
Because some accounts saw this photo and just saw a list of Disney shills.
Yes.
Whose approval of the series must have been bought off with stickers. And having been there that day, I can tell you that was not the case.
Well, Eric, I happen to know for a fact that you got a lot more than just stickers because one of the idiots in this photo were recording when Disney Lucasfilm gave you all your presents.
Just a couple of things for everyone, so please feel free to grab one. We also have the first ever lightsabers from the Acolyte.
Wow, must have been an awful lot of stickers in those gift bags and no $1,000 gift cards or anything like that.
Not to talk myself out of future invites to these types of events, because I will always say yes to them. It's always such a great opportunity.
There's an Acolyte panel that we're on with some other people, and I'm like, if Manny shows up to that, I will faint.
Me too. Hold me with those arms.
Oh my God, how gay can you
Jesus
be?
Christ. Smash the like button if you think this is a fake marriage. Do it.
I'm super upset that there isn't going to be a second season of Acolyte. I had some ups and downs with the show itself. Like 90 to 95% loved it.
I definitely had a period of time with anger and just overall sadness.
Who doesn't want to see more Darth Plagueis training Osha and Chimera or doing whatever? Maybe he kills Chimera.
More Darth Plagueis. We didn't see any of Darth Plagueis. We saw a second of him.
Takes Osha as an apprentice. Who knows? Maybe he kills both of them and then goes get Palpatine.
These people are perfectly fine.
That would
with
probably
Disney
be the
breaking
best way to do that.
Canon can be whatever you want it to be.
No, it can't.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
It certainly matters to you.
That was it. It was the first time that a lot of people really felt represented. It's like, we take it for granted because we're a bunch of white dudes.
That they're creating a show that is got a lot of diversity and inclusion in front of and behind the camera, and as such became a target.
A target for who exactly? And I'm pretty sure all of you watching know what he's going to say.
Racist, sexist,
Right.
homophobes, xenophobes, general bad faith hate mongers who may or may not even ever watch Star Wars.
And according to these three idiots, you are all of those things if you do not support this show. You can dislike and criticize it for reasons they and only they approve of course.
And whether or not you liked the Acolyte, I'm not going to argue with you. You are entitled to your opinion.
No, we're not.
But you damn well better support it.
However, what the Acolyte represents to not just Star
What it
Wars
represents
fans,
doesn't
but
matter.
to our society, to where we want to head to as a society, which is a much
fucking
more
bullshit.
inclusive society, it is important for us to rally around it
Even if it's the worst piece of shit you've ever seen.
and lift it up and be like, hey, we want more shows like this. We are not
don't,
going to
though.
be stuck in the 1950s or
that make me
even
a racist,
80s,
sexist
quite
bigot, does
frankly.
it? We already know the
What? What Star Wars project came out in the 1950s? And the 1980s, that is the original trilogy she's shitting on. I guess the toxic masculinity, white supremacist mindset George had while making these movies needs to be called out according to this broad.
White whore.
And I'm sure by now you've all seen this on social media, but these Disney shills can't stand the fact that we are celebrating this.
It's all YouTube channels. Jacob.
Good Lord, can we get off of this toxic hamster wheel? Enough! Enough!
And we are
Oh,
in
they
the same
need,
Star Wars.
she needs to look in the mirror, because the only real toxic part of the fan base, and I don't like using that word, but really the only real toxic part of the fan base is the Disney side. Like, we sit there and, yeah, look, we'll criticize, we'll clap back when we need to, but we'll sit there and we'll criticize the show for its problems and what it is. We don't really go out there and we don't really attack the actors unless they strike first. Really. We talk about what we think the problems are with the way that they promoted it and all of this kind of thing, but they're the toxic ones. They're the ones that basically, you know, try and call us out for reasons that aren't proven, that they got no evidence of. The buzzwords.
Wars fandom as some of these awful people.
And I just can't stand those people that have to go and attack everyone else for enjoying a thing.
For weeks, putting up with endless, like, hateful bullying comments and stuff.
But what's the point of going on and crapping on other people going, ha ha, told you. So
for me to sit there and say Star Wars Explained is an absolute moron and stupid and dumb as shit, and this is why they're dumb as shit, because they're sitting there praising and still agreeing with, like, the Kiadi Mundi thing or whatever. That's not, like, I'm sorry, but that's not bullying or anything like that. That's calling you out for basically, if you were a Star Wars fan, you should, this is the thing. If you're an actual Star Wars fan and with the Kiadi Mundi situation, you should be pissed off about that. You shouldn't be happy that they are changing that law. It's as simple as that. So when you do sit there and you do praise it and you do talk about it and you do justify it and you use your headcanon to find reasons why and all that kind of thing, it's not out of the realms of possibility for us to sit there and say, I don't think you're an actual Star Wars fan. And I don't think that that's hatred or bigoted.
Second season's not going to happen. Like, what's the point of that?
Because it's really, really funny.
It is wrong. We somehow need to figure out a way to mobilize as a community and spread positivity.
Good luck.
If you got bullied like we did, I see you. It sucks.
Okay, real quick, I'm going to explain Molly here's definition of being bullied. So she comes out and says something completely ridiculous.
Yeah. People are just coming out of the woodwork to say, oh, I hate it because the writing's bad. No, you hate it because there's a lesbian.
Going after people who are criticizing the show for...
We're saying we hate it because of the writing, and you're thinking, no, you're hating it because it's got a lesbian in it, or it's lesbian witches, or whatever. So we're telling you why we don't like it, and you're just blatantly not believing that we're being honest and that we actually hate it because we hate the identity politics crap that's in there. It's not to say that we don't hate the identity politics crap that's in there, but that's like at the bottom of the list. In all the problems that we've got for this show, it starts with like lore, canon, continuity. And then it goes into the writing of these new characters, the motivations of these new characters, all of these things. And then you've got it's ridiculous to put lesbian witches in there. It's ridiculous to have these characters making these moral decisions the way that they're making them, or making the decisions the way that they're making them. All of these other things. There is a plethora of things that are wrong with this show, from it being actually Star Wars, but also too from it just being a show. A constructed story that goes from, it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the characters' motivations actually tie into that, force the plot and the story forward.
But no, you're not going to listen to that criticism. You're just going to say, as soon as I say it's shit because of, you're not even going to hear my reasoning. You're just going to insert the reasoning of being that, oh, it's because it's lesbians. Oh, it's because it's got a woman showrunner. Oh, it's because it's got a female black lead that's non-binary. Oh, it's because this, it's because that. No, those are the things that you want about it because that's how it was promoted to you. It's going to reflect Leslie Headland's queerness. It was all pushed that way, and that's the thing. Because it was pushed that way, and we do have a problem with that, you think that the problem and the main problem that we've got with this show is related to that thing. It's not. It contributes to it, but it doesn't. It's not the main reason. It's so stupid.
For legitimate reasons like the writing and saying, no, that's not valid, you're homophobic. And then when she gets called out and clowned on for saying stupid shit like this, she's being bullied and she's the victim.
Endless, like, hateful bullying comments and stuff.
When you say something retarded, you're going to get called out for it. And you said something retarded and you got called out for it. And now you're saying that you're being bullied. Okay.
I'm sorry, honey. They're mobilized. They are online all the time.
We are not. This is the thing. We're not even that mobilized. Our side of the fandom. We're in agreement with each other. I think most of us are in agreement that this series does not deserve a second season. But all of them are saying, let's get a second season. Let's do it. Give it to us. We're on your side. Give us the second season. We've got a different reason for why we want the second season.
A lot of them are using bots to spew their hate,
we're the
to
ones
review
using
bomb,
bots.
to do all these things and target the creators, target the actors.
Yes, these poor actors and showrunners like Leslie Headland, right? And these disgusting people, they put this picture up of Leslie Headland and Harvey Weinstein.
She's proud of being Harvey's personal assistant.
And use it to troll her.
Dragged into this discourse was the fact that Leslie Headland is a lesbian who cast her wife Rebecca Henderson as Vernestra Rowe. Accounts hostile to Headland discovered that she used to work as an assistant at the Weinstein Company and began to spread all kinds of disgusting misinformation trying to connect Headland to Harvey Weinstein's crimes.
She worked as his personal assistant for 5 years, Eric, something you conveniently left out in that little rant of yours. And you're telling us right now that she knew absolutely nothing about what was going on?
Seriously doubt that.
Leslie Headland is not a Star Wars fan. She's a shitty person, and her show deserved to fail. And Acolyte shills can cry about it all they want, but they eventually will back down like they always do and take the L.
It still wasn't enough. So with that, I say the fight is done. We lost.
I'm glad you did.
This is the funny thing is that they actually won. They actually won because they actually got the show. But like I said, it wasn't enough of them to make it relevant.
Thanks for watching, and if you
thanks, Grizzy. No. Beautiful. Let's see how the poll is going for Seal of the Week here. Let's see. Oh, it's a bit of a mixed bag. We got a good 23 votes in. I think we lost some people when I was on the phone. Again, I apologize. Okay, let's share this. Eric, enough. No, it's not time. Go and eat. There's food there. He never eats the dry food. He just, oh, give me my wet food. Fucking go and eat some biscuits. Okay. Let's end the poll. Here we go. Silly cat. I agree. All right. In last place with 13% of the votes was number 1, Darth Thunder. with his Tormentime. In second last place with 17% of the vote, there you go, was number 4, the one you guys selected. Wasn't quite strong enough. In second place, with 26% of the vote was number 3. Oh, Stone Star Wars. I thought that might, it's definitely up there. It came second, but I thought it was possibly going to be the winner. But no, the winner of this week's Seal of the Week with 43% of the vote was Star Wars Lab, saying, yeah, The Rise of Skywalker remains a phenomenal movie. There you go. There you go. Congratulations, Star Wars Lab. You are this week's Seal of the Week. Let's get those emojis in the chat.
I'm all the Jedi.
Beautiful. Well, that's another week for Casual Rage. Let's quickly just do a quick refresh on the petition. Oh, it got another 12. 59. We'll check again next week. We'll see how many. So we're sitting at 60. It was 15 or 14,000, I think, for Casual Rage last week, and then it obviously spiked throughout the week. We're now just under 60,000. We'll see where we're at next week. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm sorry for our little interruption there midway through the stream. I do apologize for that. But again, thank you for sticking around. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please smash the like button. Let's get you the link for the Jack Show. I believe it's over on Cecil's channel, and you can go and give them a Rhino raid. Yeah, buddy. Yes, Eric. It doesn't mean I'm going to feed you. I saw that. Go and wet the dry food. Doesn't work. There's the link to the Jack Show. Go over, give them a Rhino raid, let them know. Thanks again, everyone. To all the people that come and rewatch the stream, the replay, appreciate you. Everyone that sent a super chat and all the members, appreciate you as well. And thanks, everyone, again for hanging out. This weekend, we've got Full Aussie. And then we've also got, I'm also obviously on Flashcast. And there'll be more. And Stargate, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I just realized I was playing the audio to the Jack Show and I could hear it through my headphones. All right, everyone. We will see you next week. Peace out. A-Town. What am I going to play? I'm going to give you this. This is something from the Full Aussie. I love this. This is my favorite clip. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Good for a laugh. Bye.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more. Get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at. And you find out if you do that. Put a ticket in and make a name gay.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
A few minutes? Are you kidding at the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing your deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very cautious.
Okay, cut. You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?